Any different running out as QB1 for this training camp? What other ones?
Yeah, it does. Feels good to be out there. So.
What was last night like for you? Kind of what was coming in your first camp practice as QB1?
Yeah, it was just getting to that hotel and just going over the install that we have, the script. It was similar to other training camp practices that I have. You just want to be dialed into everything, all the details. But yeah, got a good night's sleep last night, so it was good.
You've run out to a lot of Packer practices in your years here, but the eyes are all on you. You know that's the deal. How different does that feel, and what kind of responsibility do you feel with that aspect of it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of responsibility that comes with the position. But yeah, like you say, the eyes being on you, that's something that I'm working on right now, just trying to block out. I'm just trying to have my focus be on what I'm working on that day, what I'm focusing on that day, so I can have all my focus on that, just kind of block out any distractions.
And is that where the 3 years of being here does help in that aspect of it as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. First year, you're running out there, your eyes kind of big, you see everybody out there for the first time in practice, so it's always fun. But yeah, just being here, being through it a couple times, I know my routine, I know what I got to kind of lock in and focus on.
Jordan, the word from the team has been patience. It's a new quarterback. Mark Murphy in front of 8,000 shareholders, or that, or Booty said, "Hey, we might be the hunter." Right? How do you react when you hear those words?
I mean, it's just how it is. Patience. It's not going to be, like I say, it's not going to be perfect right away. This is a process. It's growing pains that you got to work through. Just like today, it's day one. It's not going to be perfect. Something that we got to build every day. So I think that's what it comes down to, is just building that every day, and it's a process.
Day one, and you had a hell of a breeze, a wind to throw into today. What was it like throwing
It wasn't too bad. I mean, I think we've seen some pretty stronger winds out here. But yeah, I mean, I was glad it wasn't raining. I know it was raining earlier today, so I'm glad the rain stopped. But it was actually a nice day. Besides, there was a little bit of wind out there.
How much did that affect your deep ball and gauging the depth that you need to get on that? It looked like you had a couple guys that were open, but flags are going here, so I want to make sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think just day one, that was one thing I was like, man, we gotta lock in on that one. But deep ball day one, that's something that you got to have those reps at, and it takes time. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect on the deep ball, but after today, looking back on it, that's one thing that I felt like those are the couple throws that I missed. They're just maybe a little bit short, that weren't right over the shoulder like you might want. But obviously, the wind accounts for that. You can never make excuses for that. You just got to be able to play through it.
Jordan, what do you need out of this camp, and what do you need from now to the opener?
Just reps. You just got to get those reps, build that chemistry. Obviously, I've got a good amount of reps through OTAs, but it's different going into training camp. Just getting those reps with the guys and building that chemistry with everybody. Yeah.
So with that in mind, do you want to play a lot in the preseason games?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how the preseason games work out. I'm not sure how much I'll play, how little I'll play, which games I'll play in. So I haven't yet talked to Matt about that, but obviously that's something we'll figure out. But preseason, those are good reps, though, for sure.
When do you expect that conversation to happen about future playing time in this preseason?
Probably closer to the preseason game week. Going into that week, probably talk about that a little bit. But right now, I mean, we're just day in and day out training camp. You're focused on that day, that practice, that walkthrough, all that. So.
Do you go into the preseason time feeling like this is how much I need? Do you have an idea of how much you'll need, or is it based on more what you do and how it goes?
Yeah, I think it's based on every day of practice, how the practices go, how kind of the plays play out with each other, and then how good of that chemistry you got with everybody. And then obviously you want to go into the game, getting those game reps, seeing a different opponent, playing against some different defense, some different looks. So you want to get all those reps. So it's definitely very valuable. I'm just obviously not sure how much yet.
Jordan, what did you get out of those workouts with Christian and Romeo and everybody else there recently? And was it just throwing the ball, or did you guys talk shop after over dinner, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, no, we had a good time out there. I was glad that those guys were able to make it out. But yeah, it's just off season we got a couple workouts in. It was good to just get back in the ball with the guys. Usually in off season you're throwing with other people that don't run the same routes that you run in your offense, things like that. So just being able to have that familiarity and build those connections with those guys was awesome. But yeah, no, we had some. We went bowling, man. We had a couple of nice dinners out there, so it was a good time to build that connection.
You said during minicamp, hey, the real work is when we're here, right? But it goes viral. I mean, it excites fans. You guys get that. I mean,
yeah, no, I mean, obviously there's not much going on in the off season, and training camp's not going on, things like that. So, any snippet of work they see us putting in is obviously fans love to see that stuff, and love to see us working together in the offseason. So.
Who's the best bowler?
I did beat everybody in bowling. I'm not just saying. Christian did say that the lanes weren't good enough for him. I guess he spins the ball, so the lanes didn't have enough grip, supposedly, but I did win. So.
What'd you bowl?
I almost had a 200
Did you?
one game. Yeah, I think I had 198. So. Yeah.
Who was the worst?
That's a good question. I'm not sure who the worst was. There was I know Christian wasn't bowling to his best because he had to start bowling straight, and he's not used to that. So he was a little frustrated out there.
Oh,
but,
that's leadership right there. Not throwing your bowlers around under the bus.
No. Everybody's good.
When you talk about reps in practice, obviously you're a young guy with a young arm who wants to get as many reps as you can so you're ready, right? But Matt was saying yesterday, they do still have to be smart with you. How do you kind of figure out where that line is and not push yourself wanting to get better so desperately that you're overworking yourself?
No, yeah, I think the coaches do a great job though of counting reps, things like that, seeing how many reps you get, how many throws you're getting, and then communication is key. If I'm ever feeling my arm's a little dead one day, just talk to them and they'll ramp it down. But that's one thing, you just go play it by ear, play it by how you feel every day, and you can take more reps, take less reps depending on how you feel, but you just gauge that every day.
Having two separate sessions of joint practice and playing against two different teams, how helpful do you think that can be as you get better?
I think it'll be really good, really helpful. Like I said, the more looks you can get of different defense and different looks and things like that is just going to be helpful. Going against different guys, all that stuff's going to be key for us. You can go against your same defense every day, and you get to a game and you're seeing new faces, seeing new looks that you haven't got reps against. So the more reps we can get, different looks, it's going to be very helpful.
How do you balance your own personal evaluation, like play to play, practice to practice, or general training camp as a whole?
Well, can you ask that again?
Do you evaluate yourself practice to practice, day to day, or do you look at, hey, I'm progressing, I'm looking at this training camp as a whole until we get to the regular season? How do you prefer to kind of gauge yourself?
Yeah, I take it day by day. Like we have a day like this, we go in there and watch the film, evaluate it, see where I stand with the plays I had, and then tomorrow I'll evaluate that day. But it's all progression. You want to see, the thing you want to see is not making the same mistakes twice, building on things. If you made a mistake one day, just grow from that, learn. And like I said, not keep making the same mistakes twice. But it's definitely a progression over the course of training camp and then over the course of the season.
We know Matt said yesterday it would be kind of a process to learn what you like best in terms of the playbook and all that kind of stuff. So when and where do those conversations happen? Like, what's your opportunity to have those talks with him about what you like and maybe what you don't?
Yeah, that happens daily. Every day is a new install for us. We're going to run every play in our playbook, and then you get a feel at practice what plays you like, what plays you don't like after repping it. So that kind of just happens daily. Those conversations. After practice, we'll go back, see what plays we like, see what plays we don't like. I rank plays, all the time about what plays I like, what plays I don't like, so Matt can get a better feel of what plays he needs to be calling.
Jordan, has Matt told you, hey, just run the play we call, or are there opportunities for you to adjust? What does he want you to do in those situations? Obviously, Aaron had a pretty long leash.
No, that's all determined by the play you call. Certain plays have different looks that you might want to check out if you get to another play, signal something else out. But most plays in our offense, they're pretty straightforward. You run the play, if it has a can on it, versus a certain look, you'll can it. But if you're getting looks like all-out blitz, things like that, you got to check out of, get to different routes. The playbook's open for that. But for the most part, it's staying within the scheme that we're calling, especially during training camp. You want to rep those plays, get good reps at it versus, even if it's a bad look, you still want to kind of get that rep, just get that feel for it.
We all know about the training session in California. Did you get away from the game the rest of the past few weeks, or was it pretty much all football? How'd you handle it?
No, yeah, I took some time off right after OTAs ended, just give my arm a little bit of a break. But then, yeah, you get back into it pretty quick, just working out, training, trying to continue to get your body right. But yeah, I gauge how I throw in the off season. I don't really throw more than 3 days just to take care of your arm. But yeah, and then coming back out the week before, took a little time off of that. So.
How much time did you take off? Did you do anything fun or exciting?
Yeah, at the beginning of OTAs, I took a trip to Paris. That was a good time. My agent had a pros week, he calls it, out in Austin, where he brings all his guys out. We did some fun stuff out there. And then, yeah, I came back out here, got to training in California. All my family's out there, so I got to take a couple trips, go see my family, spend some time with them. But yeah, and then I came back out here and just kind of been hanging out, getting getting back acclimated to Green Bay before we start. So.
Certainly it's a new role for you, of course, here as the starting quarterback, but you're entering your 4th season. You've been in this locker room longer than a lot of guys. There's only a small handful that have been here longer than you. How do you balance feeling like a veteran and as opposed to, this new role that you're entering?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it goes. I mean, that's part of the game. I've been a backup, but I've been here, like you said, for 3 years. So I've been around these guys. I got a good feel for these guys. Got good relationships with all these guys. So it's not like it's anything new. It's not like I'm a rookie coming in trying to learn things. I've been here. So it's just entering in that new role, obviously get more reps of practice, more eyes on you, things like that. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing for me as what I've been doing. Yeah.
Speaking of that, Willie, I'd asked you about finding that line of trying to take care of you, just, not try to push you too far, but the fact that that room, there's no other starts in that room behind you, does that make it more important that there isn't that experienced person right now behind you, that if something does happen, they can step up?
Does what make it more?
Like making sure that you're taken care of in the proper way, like, reps, finding that fine line. It's a tough line to find sometimes, but is it more important for you because of the situation in the quarterback room?
I don't know if it's more important. I think you always, starting quarterback, you always want to take care of his arm. Even when Aaron is here, I mean, that's the same way they treated him, watching every rep he gets, and if he's not feeling great one day, you'll take some time off. But at the same time, I mean, all the quarterbacks in the room need reps too. And it's tough, 4 quarterbacks trying to juggle all the reps, and for certain, we only have so many team reps you can get. But I think it's, as a backup, when I was a backup, it was always important to get those, those reps, those 3-4 reps you get, and make the most of it, because obviously, you have limited reps. Once you get into the season, the reps go down even more. So, the reps you get in training camp and preseason games, those are very valuable. So I don't think it weighs any more or any less on that.
What's the most interesting thing you heard from the fans today, good, bad, or otherwise? Did you hear anything?
No, I didn't really hear anything. Like I said, I was kind of locked in, blocked it out. I saw Jay Reed was running down the sideline at the beginning, pumping the fans up, so that's always fun. But it was good. I mean, it was a great turnout. I know Sean made a comment to me earlier. He was like, man, it's a lot of fans out here. I was like, yes, welcome to Green Bay. They come out for all the practices just like that. So I think it was just awesome to see everybody out there.
What was your favorite part of today?
Favorite part, man? I think just running out, like you said. The bike ride, getting back on the bikes was pretty fun. But when you run out of that tunnel after the warm-ups and you just feel the energy of all the fans cheering you on, it's always fun.
Have you held support during that?
I wasn't asking about the bikes. Are you going to have like a bike kid, or are you going to kind of a kid of the day? How you going to make kids' days, I guess?
I like to mix it up, you know what I'm saying? I like to just go out there and kind of get a feel for, who's there, who's cheering the loudest, things like that. If anybody has a jersey, maybe things like that. But, who has a bigger bike sometimes. But, no, I like to mix it up.
How do you feel like fans have reacted to you? I mean, do you feel like they're supporting you? When Aaron took over and Brett, that whole thing wanted to come back, you probably didn't know much about that, but people kind of turned on Aaron and wanted Brett back. How do you feel like they've reacted to you?
No, I think it's all been positive. I think it's all been really good. Obviously, you go from one, obviously Hall of Fame quarterback that's been here for quite some time, and the fans love him. And then obviously, moving on, it's going to be tough for some people. But I think it's all been positive stuff going forward. Everything that I've seen and heard, everyone I've talked to, it's all been really positive, so I've appreciaed that.
Jordan, you were in Paris, you had that Father's Day video that got blown out of proportion. Is that kind of just a lesson about being under the microscope now that you're
Yeah, definitely just a lesson for me, being under the microscope. Didn't think nothing of it, but it is what it is. Things happen, so lesson learned.
Hey, Jordan, with all due respect to Big Dog from that Dolphins game last year, tight ends haven't really been known for going deep. Here, Luke did today, obviously. What do you think that can add, having a guy like that at that position?
Yeah, no, it's going to be huge for us. Obviously, we've been building that in. We want to take a shot to Luke. He can run very fast, so we've been trying to build that in. But I think it's going to add, more capability for the tight ends, more versatility for them to run different routes, different concepts, and just make it harder for the defenses to be able to cover everybody. Decide who they want to put on guys like Luke and things like that with some speed. But yeah.
You said you and Aaron talked shortly after the trade went through. Did he tell you anything about what to expect in this transition, being a guy himself that went through it 15 years ago? Did he have any, over the years, have you talked about what it would be like for you going through this transition?
Yeah, I mean, those are things we've talked about. When the time we were both here together, he kind of talked about how it was for him, obviously Brett leaving and things like that, his transition. Obviously, he said it was hard as well. It's never easy, but he kind of just put his head down and worked and made his own name for himself. And, that's kind of the same thing I'm trying to do right now for myself.
What advice did he have for you in terms of how to handle that and so kind of be true to you?
Yeah, no, Aaron reached out to me last night, and that's exactly what he said. Yeah, he said, just be yourself, have fun, enjoy it. It's obviously my time now, and he just said, be yourself. And I mean, that's all you can do. That's kind of been the message from everybody is, be yourself. Don't try and be anybody else. Don't try to be Aaron, things like that. Just be yourself, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
How much does that intangible support actually help you? Your guys in here, as you said, have been very supportive, and Aaron reaching out to you. I mean, you're a professional athlete. Does it still make a difference?
No, it makes a huge difference. You as a player, you want everybody to respect you. You want the support of the team. That's pretty much what it's been. Everybody's been great, very supportive. Like I said, it comes down to those relationships we have with each other. But no, it's been great, man. It's something that, even if I didn't have the support of the team, I'm still going to go out there and do my best every day because, being the leader of the team, that's what you got to do. It's never going to be easy, never going to be in your favor sometimes, but you just got to go out there every day, put your head down, and no matter what the, good, bad, indifferent, you just got to go out there and work every day. So.
Aaron text you or did he give you a call or how did he reach out to you?
Yeah, we texted last night. He texted me, so it was pretty nice to see him.
Are you expecting any new face in that room before the season starts? I know you've been asked this, but is that a conversation you've had with the organization at all about getting somebody, a more veteran back?
In the quarterback room?
Yeah.
No, I haven't had any conversations with anybody, and I'll let them handle that. Obviously, we have 4 quarterbacks there right now. I think that's kind of the max they want to keep, so we'll see. I'm not sure how that will play out.
Jordan, you talked about the deep balls that maybe you didn't like. What were your favorite throws today? What were the throws that you really felt good about? Kind of take out of here and you'll see on film and like.
Yeah, no, we had a couple strikes. I had one to Rome that he made a great catch, but we had a through route, which is always nice, right over the middle to Samari. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of throws here and there that you always wish you can get back at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, there's not like one specific throw I like more than the other. I like completions, and whenever you can get that, it's always fun. But just looking back on it, like I said, those deep balls are just one thing that I wish we could have had a little bit better connection. But something that we're going to build and grow over time.